Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Guys, as older tennis players, we didn't really look forward to being older tennis players. And what happened to us?
Are you speaking to yourself?
Yeah,
not
for
speaking
sure.
about me.
I'm talking about me.
Good, okay. I'm talking about me.
But I feel like you're more flexible than I am. And I don't know what the heck happened to me. Stay tuned. All right, guys. So, as you can see, I'm like more than halfway done with the Endura Boost here. Pure and easy tea. So here's the thing. Instead of drinking sports drinks where there's like artificial sugars and sugar and different things to kind of give me a boost with like other ingredients that hydrates me and keeps me from cramping up and lifts my spirits, this tea, this Endura Boost, does it naturally. I mean, I'm a natural tea drinker anyways, and for something as simple as tea to give me the same effects as a sports drink and my coffee in the morning, that's amazing. I have to say, it works. So if you're a tea drinker and you don't want to put the artificial stuff in your body, try this Endura Boost from Pure and Easy. It's remarkable. All right, guys. A couple years ago, maybe I'm being a little short, but years ago, my body started changing and my legs started getting stiffer. I was already a stiff person, right? And it got stiffer. My shoulder got tighter. My arm hurt more. Like, what is going on with my body? I'm not doing anything different except that I'm just naturally aging. But what happened to me? Coach, can you shed a little bit of light on, what's going on with me and what the folks out there can
You got older, Harry.
forward to as we
You
get
stopped
older?
stretching. You
I
stopped
never stretched.
That's part of the problem.
Oh.
You thought you could just go do what you did like when you were 30, 20, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? You stand up all day stringing, so that's not exactly easy on your body.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
When was the last time you touched your toes?
Never.
Me neither. So, but anything you can do to help, you need to have a daily routine to help keep your flexibility.
Oh, how about a massage?
If you have the right one to give you a massage, that could be helpful for sure. After you play, a massage, great. But I would try to have a daily kind of thing you do for stretching, so that you're not just wearing the muscles and never relaxing them. Just go, and they get tighter, and
Yeah, I'm actually like super tight now everywhere. So I was playing with my buddy Perry, and I was watching him, and he was really stiff on the court.
Was it cold?
Yeah, I mean, it was 50 degrees out. So, but like his legs were kind of stiff, and he got to the ball. It's just he wasn't low to the ground and striding. And I was looking at him, and I'm like, yeah, I think I look like that when I play now. I'm not as, I guess you could say, flexible. I don't get as low to the ground. My first step isn't as explosive.
Was it explosive?
Maybe when I was 16.
Okay.
And then it was like kind of, I'm scampering there versus gliding there.
Floating?
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm literally trying to bounce, but I'm not getting off the ground very much. So I'm not like, how like Alcaraz and Sinner, when they're kind of like just
youthful and young.
Exactly.
Spry.
They're bouncing around before the ball comes just to stay loose and stuff.
Right.
Like that ain't happening with me. There's no freaking way. I'm like bomb, 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 bomb. Like,
So you just demonstrated you were on your heels. Now, if you did it where you were on your toes, you'd been in like that. Instead, you were like this, right?
Well, I was just trying to make a point that it sounds
But
like
that's
stomping.
what it is. You're landing on your heels and not on your toes. you land on your toes, you're going to land softer and not
Yeah.
on your heels where you're landing harder and making a heavy thud sound.
But it takes more effort if I, like this,
Okay.
Like, this is like I'm a gazelle or a freaking ostrich. Just choo, 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 choo. I ain't doing that no more. I'm
Get off your heels.
like that. So, but as older tennis players, I noticed myself doing certain things. When the ball's up in the air, right? And it's like a lob that's in no man's land. Instead of me backing up, I'm just going to swing wherever I stand. And I find myself doing that no matter what now. Because
I've seen some of that.
like if the ball's going to hit the baseline, I'm not backing up. I'm just going to take a slap at it out of the air.
No slap, short hop it. See it bounce. Use good strokes.
Yeah, but I feel like that takes a little more effort, even if I short hop it, because that's an extra 2 to 3 or 4 steps to get into position.
So it sounds like you don't want to make a lot of effort.
It's not that
So
I
there's
don't
a couch you could
want
lay
to.
down on and just put your feet up.
I do that a lot.
And then you may end up just becoming part of the couch.
Yes.
Then there you go.
Yep. Now,
Nice knowing you, Harry.
But I still want to go out there and whack the ball around.
Then you have to do some work. Prepare. Do stretch after you play. Warm up correctly.
Okay.
Don't just walk out there and hope you can pull it off.
Okay, Coach. Since you do it on a daily, what advice can we give the people out there that's kind of in my shoes that can help them besides, including, let's say, I don't want to say besides, because we're all going to do exactly what Coach Rob just said, right? Stretch and do whatever on the couch. Anyways, so what can we do to, let's say, cheat our body, cheat the system, and still play well?
The fact you've been cheating it is the reason why we're having this conversation, right? It takes work, off the court work, not just hitting more balls on the court. Yeah, that's the fun part, but are you in the gym? Are you doing any conditioning? Are you doing any flexibility? Are you doing, how are you using your free time to help benefit your health?
So the answer is no, and couch.
Okay, so let's try to change a couple of the no's to yeses and see how that makes you, A, you probably feel better, 2, you're probably going to play better, and it may not hurt so much with all your joints and aches and pains.
You bring up a great point. My child is part of this organization called Girls on the Run, and somehow she wound up in a 3K needing a chaperone to run with her. And I had to be that chaperone. And
good for you.
I have to say that waking up early in the morning was not ideal. Going out to a cold place in which I had to run a 3K, not ideal. Jogging for a 3K and doing it within, a 2-hour time frame, not ideal. But I did it in about 50 minutes with her. And when I was done, I felt great. I was nice.
Great enough to do it again?
See, that's the thing. When I was out there, I thought I would love to do it again.
There you go.
Getting myself motivated and getting up was not ideal. And it didn't.
Change it around.
But I have to say, though, it did feel great. My joints were loose. I was nice and warm. As a matter of fact, on that day, I came out afterwards to play with you.
Okay.
And I felt like it was one of my better days because, my juices were flowing. I was more alert. My body was awake. And I think I played better. I had better focus. So everything that you say makes sense. Now, getting me to do it, and a lot of people to do that,
Gotta be self-motivated,
difficult.
Harry.
Yeah.
Once you start, take the first step. If you can take the first step, the rest will continue.
Right.
Usually you're not going to get up, start to run, and then stop and turn around.
I've done that. I've done that.
All right, well, sorry. Come
like-
up with something else, people. If you can help Harry, put it in the comments.
Now, but as older players, we do have to
take care of our
change
bodies.
our mindsets, right? We can no longer wake up and start blasting serves and immediately think that we can play at a decent level. Even like for hit and giggles, you know, like social doubles or whatever you do, is probably going to be better for your body and your game if you do a little pre-game regiment or kind of work up to your game, meaning
And post-game.
Oh yeah,
Don't forget
yeah.
afterwards.
Not just beer and a couch.
No, I mean when you're on the couch watching the pros play, sometimes they'll show a clip of the post-match where the coach is talking to the player. The player just played for 4 hours and he's on a stationary bike, getting more, going through his cool down process.
This is true. I forget about that. So I remember when I was at Stanford watching Serena.
You were watching, you said?
Or Venus.
Watching.
Watching.
Not
playing against Serena. No.
Okay, just checking.
Definitely lose there. Probably in 10 minutes. But when she was done, they immediately went out to the Stanford track and ran around the track. And I'm like, what is she doing? She just went through like an hour and a half, 2 hour match, and now she's jogging around the track.
Part of the routine.
Yeah. No, she was trying to cool down on the track. I mean, like passed out on the track if that was me. But I get it. Okay, so it's like what Tiger Woods does. Like he works out to play golf. Who works out to play golf? Back in the day, you drank and partied the night before. You played golf. It's different now.
That's different in social and competing and having it be your job.
Right.
Look at what some of the older basketball players in the NBA go through just to get their bodies ready to go play that night.
Right. It's tough.
Or a football player. Any of those things that, are physically demanding, it takes more, you're spending more time getting yourself ready to play than the actual playing part.
Yeah. No, the thing that I couldn't believe when I was watching that Golden Gate Open, when I was over there spending days there, was that people were playing sets and doing some rigorous workouts before the match. So I was like, what are they doing? They're like, he's playing a couple sets, but he's playing a night. I was like, yeah. So they're literally out there for 2 hours, full workouts, full sets, full points, 2 hours, 3 hours prior to them actually playing a match. That was for real. I was like, aren't they wearing themselves out?
Hopefully they're in good enough shape that they're not wearing themselves out. And everybody has their own routine of what they go through to get themselves ready.
Right. So as older players, I feel like stationary bike, nice long walk, maybe a jog, a stretch. Anything to get your body and your heart pumping to warm up the extremities will help you. Anything else that we can do besides that?
Find what works for you.
Not the couch.
Not if that's your way of trying to get yourself ready to play.
Okay. Even when at the Australian Open, right before they come out of the tunnel, you see them jumping rope or doing a little stretching or kicking the knees up or, all of that stuff to get them ready. It's kind of a never-ending battle with your body to get it in shape for tennis. So, guys, figure out what works for you. Try to do a little warm-up. Try to do a lot of warm-up before you play. You'll have a better game. And then at the end, maybe jog around the court. Do a little stretching. Get on a stationary bike. Cool it down before you have that ice-cold beer. Coach Rob, thank you so much.
Sure.
for showing us the way. As we all get older, we all have to actually work a little harder to get ourselves ready for the game of tennis. Guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.